I would love to welcome you to my Community Park Bench website where we showcase local businesses. My name is Julie Cosgrove. I'm with the Cosgrove team at Keller Williams Realty, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing and talking to one of my really good friends, Terri Tutt. She's going to talk to you a little bit about what she does with regards to her business on helping with legal documents. So, Terri, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. And so I was going to start by asking her some questions, and then if we'll go into a little bit of talk and tell you a few stories. But Terri, tell me what you do. You're a legal document assistant. What does that mean?
So what a legal document assistant is, it's basically someone who's been educated as a paralegal, and instead of going to work for a lawyer, you go to work for directly to clients in the public. So I am registered by the county, bonded by the county, and then I work from my own office, and clients call me and I respond to whatever their needs are that I do, because there's a whole wide range of documents, and I just do a certain portion of those documents.
Got it. Okay. Can you explain why someone would need to call you and use your services?
So the most frequent call that I get is for deeds, and that's grant deeds, transfer on death deeds, quit claim, affidavit of death. So circumstances where people need those. Frequently they want to put using a grant deed, they want to put their children on title, so in case they die, it doesn't go to probate. They would do an affidavit of death. I do those every week where someone has passed away and they need to remove them from title. The other thing is a transfer on death deed, where I can put someone on the transfer on death deed and it does not become their property until I pass away, and I can revoke that during my lifetime. That's the main call that I get during the week. I also get estate document calls for trusts, wills, medical directives, power of attorney. That's the other one. So
Terri and I were just talking before this, and some of the stories, I work with a lot of seniors, so if you've watched my podcast before, you know that 90% of my business is working with seniors and helping them when they get to the point where they're trying to make a transition in life to either a senior-centered community or just moving in general. And what I have found is that when we're going to sell their house, a lot of times they don't have the correct documentation in place. We were just talking, why don't you share one or two of your stories, Terri?
So just a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a woman whose husband was in the hospital. She started going through her paperwork. She found her deed and she was very bright. She realized that there was no vesting, like joint tenants or community property on her deed, and she thought that was weird. So she called me and said, is this, a messed up situation? And I said, yes, you need to have that corrected if you want it, to go to you if he passes away. So we did that. We took care of that, and that was very, bright of her to kind of take a look at those things. It's a common occurrence, especially if a deed was done maybe 40 or 50 years ago. They bought the house, things were done differently. And so if she hadn't corrected that, she would have had to go to probate. And probate is very expensive, costs thousands of dollars, and it takes a year to a year and a half to go through it.
Right. So I have a situation right now where a lot of what I find is when it's a blended family. So they've gotten these documents drawn up and then they're not correct. It might be with regards to the health care, who the property is going to go to afterwards, and they have to go find somebody to take care of some of these things so it doesn't have to go to probate. But with blended families, that's a really big deal because it's not always in place. So Terri, tell us the difference between what a will is and a trust.
Sure. So people don't realize that wills do not keep you out of probate. A trust is the only way you can keep your estate out of probate. Trusts cover property. Wills cover personal property, jewelry, guns, something like that. They also, in the will, you can put who you want as a guardian for your children who are under 18. That is where you address that as in a will. But it does not prevent probate. So you need a trust if you're going to prevent probate, and also give your heirs up to $12 million of tax relief, because they won't have to pay inheritance tax.
So yeah, so very important that you have those documents in place. And what I'd like to stress is it really doesn't matter if you own a lot of property, if you just own a house, just a single house. It's still important to have some of these things in place. So start young. Don't have to wait until you're a senior to make all that happen. Why would a person need an advanced health care or
the directive?
Yeah.
So especially like when you were talking about the blended family, if you do an advanced healthcare directive, you are stating in your words what you want done as far as whether you'd want your life prolonged or not, how you feel about pain medication. It gives great detail into how you want to be treated if you can't speak for yourself. So no one can come in and say, oh, do this for her, do that for her, if you've got it in writing.
Right.
And then the durable power of attorney is another document that's part of the estate package. And the durable power of attorney, you appoint someone who will take care of your all your dealings, business, bank, whatever dealings, if you become incapacitated. Even if you become incapacitated for a while, you're in a car accident or something, they can take that over for you and then give it back to you. You take over when you're well. It ends at death. A lot of people don't realize that a durable power of attorney is only good until you die. So it's someone taking care of your business affairs while you're alive, but can't do it for yourself.
And I have working with my senior clients where the kids think that they have the power of attorney, so to speak, and once the parent passes, it was not good because the parent had passed and they didn't give other directions on that. So I've had that a few times.
Yes, I've seen that too.
Yeah, so anyway, Terri, thank you. So tell us, how does somebody get a hold of you and get in touch with you?
Well, I'm on Google. That's probably the main way. I would say the most phone calls, I don't advertise, but the most phone calls that I get come through the title companies. All the title companies know me. They know what I'm doing and they pass my number along. But you can go on, just Google Terri Tutt, LDA, and it's right there on Google.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate you, my friend,
Thank you.
and for doing this with me. Again, my name is Julie Cosgrove. I'm with the Cosgrove team at Keller Williams Realty with service you deserve and people you trust. And if you know somebody that could benefit from being hosted on our Park Bench website, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me directly and let me know. We do want to reach out to businesses and share what's happening in the community and just be a resource. So if you're starting a new business or have an old business that you just need to get out there, please give us a call. Julie Cosgrove. Thanks. Bye-bye.